Welcome to yet another video. I got a little bit of time to do some work on the skiff. We've got it pulled out here in the yard. We're about to spray it off of all of the dust and debris and just get it kind of cleaned. And I still have to do some sanding, so it's not like it's going to be perfect, but we're going to get it as clean as we can right now just to be manageable and make it not feel like just a complete dust bowl everywhere. And I'm probably going to sand it outside today so that it doesn't just coat everything and stay all stagnant and in the air. So let's wash this off and let's see what it starts to look like. This thing is almost impossible to look at with sunglasses on. It's so bright out here and this thing is so white, but it looks really good. And now I'm trying to get some of this hot water out of the hose that's been sitting out here so that it's a little more pleasant. That's good. I've got it aimed downhill, so maybe the water will run that way and then in this channel it'll run out. So it's just kind of obviously a pressure wash would be optimal, but I'm really not trying to get all of that out and drug out and situated and just for a little wash down. That right there is mainly what I'm wanting to get out of there. It's in the trap and all this. It's just there we go. Stuff like that, I'm gonna have to come back and grind it out. That little piece of putty that stuck in there, but that's okay for now. So I've been steady sanding on the skiff. Went ahead and sanded the sides here, and then we're starting on the bottom of the boat now. Sanding it with 80 grit, and then I'll scoot over to the far side and start sanding it. It's going pretty good. It's not too slow. I'm not sure if all of this is the color that it was, how it's kind of a more of a off-white tint, or if that is stain from water or stain from sitting outside, but that's been kind of my gauge to know when I'm done sanding is I'm just sanding it off. So we're going back with just straight white gel coat. So this will give kind of an idea of what it'll look like. It actually looks really good. So I'm gonna keep sanding a bit and I'll be back. So got the other side done, got the bottom done, got this side of the transom done, got this side here finished. All that I like for the sanding is the chine, the inside of the chine here, maybe the inside of the chine here, and then sanding under in here. I've really only been getting the corner of it because I'll be honest, I'm not really worried about what's under the rolled edge, so I haven't been putting as much. And because I have to hand sand it, it just takes a long time. There's not a whole lot of room, so I've just kind of been getting what I can as far out this way and then leaving the rest. Obviously, this right here I'm gonna have to mess up, but and then stuff like this that'll have to get fixed. So I'm not spending a whole lot of time sanding that, but just the majority of the skiff is pretty well finished up as far as sanding. It looks really good. It just takes all that dirt and grime out of there. So, man, you just get kind of an idea of what it's gonna look like finished, and it's really cool. So fresh 220. I did swap to 220 as I was sanding. I will probably end up sanding it at 220, just a little bit rougher whenever I get ready to actually spray it. But I'm just taking 220 and coming on this edge right here and just pouring back and getting it good and sanded, get the color to change a little, and then that's basically how I leave it. You can see like the palm sander doesn't get all the way up here, so that's also what I'm getting when I'm sanding this way. So I just moved the front deck onto this pallet jack, and I'm starting to take this seat mount out, and then also this hatch. So I'm going to go ahead and use the old scripts to get under, get this on top, and we're going to get all these out of here. We got the pedestal out. Now we have taken all the screws out of this hatch lid, and I put them right here because I may reuse this another time, but don't know how stuck it's going to be. Oh, okay. Looks like they tried to put some silicone, but yeah, didn't really stick all that well. Okay, we'll go put this in the box of boat stuff. That's there up there. I might use that, who knows. I may go ahead and take these out. Well, there's only one there, so I'll go ahead and take that out, and then we're gonna get to scraping off some of this, and then there's a piece of wood somehow attached right there that I'm gonna have to take out as well, so let's get doing that. We got all of the adhesive off of the silicone off of the sides right here. I will say I'm not a fan of how easy that was, because it probably means this is going to be a big headache. But I'm trying to figure out whether I want to just go ahead and re-pour the whole entire bottom side, and then just glass over and patch this. Since there are two, well, really three, one big hole here, a smaller one there, and then this giant hole here, rather than getting a piece of core, sticking it in here, figuring out how to get it straight and flat, same with here, and then glassing over it and making it look good on both sides, I think I just need to go ahead and do the whole underneath. Let's flip it over and just take a look at the bottom side. So yeah, after looking, we've got tons of holes, just not really that great of an underside. This is where that wood was sitting, and I don't know, it looks rough, so I think I'm just gonna zip that out of there, take it up, and redo it as well. I'll get some marine plywood tomorrow, and I would love to use Cusa board to lighten it up, but that would be a full sheet right there, but it's not really the size of the full sheet, it's just how you would have to cut that out. So a full sheet is about $350. So I think marine plywood will be plenty enough. It's what's here, so it's not like we just have to save some crazy weight. But I may go ahead and start cutting on this. So I've just went around the perimeter, and I made sure to cut this way. I was cutting kind of where the fiberglass meets in the corner, and I poked through on this side, which is just one little bit right there. Nothing in the world, I just fixed that. But we're gonna try to see if we can get this to pull up. You have to grab the little spot. I'm gonna put a little bigger hole right there. So we got the bottom skin off of there. It's laying right here. I will be using this as a template to lay back and to cut the new core material. But as you can tell, especially in that area, interestingly enough, it is pretty wet. What I'll end up doing is taking a couple bars and knocking these squares out, and just getting everything as smooth and as flat as possible. And then once I can get all the wood out, this whole lip right here will have to be ground down, and then I will grind most of this down to just fiberglass. And yeah, it should be good and solid after we fix it the correct way. It should be a lot lighter too, since there's not as much water. Maybe not much, but maybe we'll gain a little bit or lose a little bit of weight and add to the structure. So that will be all for tonight. This was, I guess, the teardown and the sanding prep of the J16 and the teardown of the front casting deck. We're going to be doing a full refurb on this. All new gel coat, all new fiberglass. So I'm really excited about this. So stay tuned for the next episode. Maybe we can capture a little bit better the methods of building this back. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So the curiosity got to me. I went ahead and just wanted to see how easy this stuff was going to come out. And look how much water. I mean, keep in mind, this front casting deck did not seem spongy at all. It actually seemed really solid. That's one of the first things that I look at. You know, floor being soft, front deck being soft. And this did not feel very soft. But despite not being very soft, this is the effect of drilling holes and not properly sealing them, and just neglect. Really, I mean, is this going to happen very quickly? No, it's going to happen over a long period of time, but it still is going to happen. I'm not saying just go like I did and just start cutting to see if it's spongy. I obviously had more of a reason, but for as little work that this is, it's not that bad of an idea to maybe one summer or end of season, middle, you know, if you don't have very cold winters, you might could pull off a little job like this and be done, you know, within 2 days. So I may just chip away at 1 or 2 more pieces and just see kind of how it goes, and I'll show y'all how easy it is. Just comes off all that. Look at the moisture. Wow. That's makes quite a difference. Look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm getting carried away. I will leave this for the next video, and for real this time, I'm done. Thank you.